It's Dave here at Elysium Sophia, and the sun is actually shining. The sun is shining. Yeah, I hope that's a nice bright start to the weekend. Maybe. How are you? Welcome to our home. Here we are, Elysium Sophia. Elysium meaning wholeness and completeness, and Sophia, named after my wonderful and beautiful, very precious daughter. So, if you're new to our channel, that's what we are. That's who we are. And we're all about hypnosis, about life coaching, about meditation, transcendental meditation, relaxation, and helping you to be the best version of you that you can possibly be by so many different techniques, whether that's social science techniques, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, or taking a leaf out of the old book of Émile de Cuéllar de Champagnat, right at the very beginning. And of course, over the last 4 months or so, our channel, us, aka Elysium Sophia, we've evolved into a chat show. So now, not only do we do our hypnosis, not only do our personal training, our one-to-one sessions, Zoom or whatever you want to call it at the moment, because we're all locked down, mate, but we also host a chat show where we invite you into our home to chat about anything you want to chat about. So it's kind of like a mindful chat. But basically, it starts off mindful, but it goes anywhere. Starts off here, finishes off there. As we say, starts here, finishes off next week. Not last week, because that went that way. If you've been watching our channel, you'll know that we're quite obsessed with that. That way means we're going forward in time, and that way means we're going backwards. Not last week, but the week before. Not next week, but the week after. One way for one thing, and the other way for the other thing. But anyway, I digress. That's what we get into, all sorts of triviality here. So, if you want to talk about anything today, maybe you want to talk about the vaccine, maybe you want to talk about the sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray, what a song, eh? Or you might want to just get anything off your chest, anything at all. And of course, as usual, if you're joining us, our friends from the Philippines, we say hi. How are you today? Come and say hi, as you usually do. A lot of our friends, a lot of our subscribers, just because they are subscribers, not cabbages, not bananas, not fish, not anything else, subscribers. Our subscribers are from all over the world, and it's great, because we wouldn't be without you. So, if you're from the Philippines, we say hi. Maybe you're from the Philippines and working, as so many of you are from the Philippines, in Qatar, or the Middle East, Dubai maybe, not goodbye, Dubai. Or anywhere across the United Emirates, in Asia, in Japan, and of course in Thailand, where our journey spiritually and physically in Muay Thai started as a Thai boxer, a kickboxer, and also now obviously train my wonderful Sophia in the aforementioned sport. So if you want to talk about anything, then join us today. From any of those areas, we say hi. Japan, China, Beijing, whatever, Hong Kong. We say hi. Of course, you might be joining us today from here in the UK. And of course, as usual, Sophia will be welcoming you. I'll stop there because Sophia wants to say hi to someone. She doesn't like being rude. She likes to speak to people as and when they arrive. And I'll continue to welcome people in a few moments. Sophia.
Hello everybody, Penny Pandey from Elysium Sophia. So the first person we have is Vegan Realist, who says hi to Vegan Share.
Hi, Vegan Realist, how are you?
Vegan Realist, how are you today? Thank you so much for sharing our live stream.
And does the sun have its hat on in York today? Because it's here, it's quite a refreshing change. Still very cold, in fact freezing. But the sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out to play. God, I just, that song, it's like, turn that nice again. The sun has got his hat on. Stupid bobbins from 1920s or 30s or whatever. But anyway, yes, the sun's shining. Sun is shining in the sky. So yeah, if you're joining us today from the UK, maybe you're a friend, a personal friend of Sophia's. You might be Jack. You might be Harry, banging your drum like Dum Diddy Day that changed his name to Cheeseboard, Cheesecake, Cheesy Cheese, whatever it is, something like that. You know, Sophia. You might be Ethan, or you might be one of our other friends.
Vegan Realist said, yeah, it's sunny. Sunny, yeah.
It's sunny. It is. It's sunny everywhere. It's great, isn't it? You might be Kalal. Kalal joined us yesterday, so you might be watching in the wings there. We were chatting about all sorts, and you were part of our chat yesterday, Kalal. Hope you're okay. You might be Millie, or you might be Ava, two of our great Gothic friends of Sophia, and you three, the Witches of Eastwick, maybe, I don't know. We're very Gothic here at Elysium Sophia. We share our Gothicism with you all. We're not afraid to hide it. We don't sit there looking like witches, but internally we're very witchy witchcraft. We're very dark. We're very, oh, so sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. And actually, we work at all sorts of them. But the hypnosis, obviously, there's a theme that goes through us, literally from us. Look around the eyes, look into the eyes, look around the eyes, all that. Very Gothic, very inner goth. And of course, very into our martial arts and into our therapy. And as we said over the last 4 months or so, our station, our chat, our show has gone out to be a chat show. As we invite you to chat about whatever's bothering you, bugging you, annoying you, or just something you'd like to talk about. Throughout the last few months, we've been talking about things that go bump in the night, not literally bump in the night, but things that we remember from bygone years, things that we remember fondly, but now we look on them and think, hang on a second, I remember that being bigger, I remember that being smaller. Chocolate bars, for example. Wagon wheels, we mentioned the other day. Massive when you were small. I know your heads, things were a lot bigger when you were smaller. But wagon wheels, have they changed over the years? Yes, they're very small now, aren't they? More like little tiny wheelie things. Pennies rather than wheels. Not Penny the Panda, but wheels, as that type of thing. You may want to talk about the inauguration ceremony that happened yesterday. How did that go? All those flags there. Hey! Waving your flags you were across the pond in America. About 1,000, usually about, what did they say? Something they said something about normally 250,000 people be at the inauguration. They got 1,000 people. And loads of flags waving themselves. Up-a-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Joe, 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 Joe. Yeah, interesting to see that yesterday. Still didn't, he's still not endearing himself to us yet, old Joe. We want the best for America. I'm not coming to the party. I don't want to go. I'm not having it. We're going to miss Donny.
I want to know how they got all those flags there.
I do. Yeah, you did, didn't you? You said that yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think Donald Trump, I'm going to put one there, I'll put one there, I'm going to put one there, I'm going to put one there. I'm not coming to the party, so I'll put the flags out. That's what I'm going to do. I don't care. I think that's what he did. So if you're joining us from America, as a lot of our friends are from across the pond, as usual, you're welcome. Come and say hi.
Hi, so we've got Melissa Quimpo.
Oh, Crimbo, Christmas.
Quimpo, who says hello, Dave.
Hi, Melissa.
So,
how are you?
Hi, Melissa. How are you? Please don't forget to give Sergeant a Tamsack and thank you.
And Melissa, whereabouts are you from? Are you from the other side? Because when we say the other side, not dead, not jumped out of a coffin or anything. We're talking about our Gothicism. Well, could do, I suppose. But we do another show on another channel, another platform, as it were, that we like a lot. And a lot of our friends from there come here, onto our show here, and you're welcome. And vice versa, a lot of our friends from YouTube go over there and join us when we do our show over there. Melissa, where are you from? Are you joining us from the other side? Or are you new to our show? Are you new to Elysium Sophia? If you are, conducting a kind of a seance here. You talk to a camera and I wonder if people are actually listening, and they are, but some people are here waiting in the wings. The other day we had 500 people listening, but only 50 or 60 in the chat. But it's nice if you come into the chat to come and say hi and share. Share your opinions. What have you been up to today? Anything nice? Melissa. Where are you from? Yeah, where are you from? Where are you living at the moment? Are you one of our Philippine friends? And I've been saying that a lot recently. Are you one of our Philippines? And they say, yes, I'm a Philippine and I'm living in Istanbul. I'm a Filipino and I'm living in the United Emirates, in Qatar. Or they say, we've yet to find one of our Philippine friends that lives in the Philippines. That'd be novel, isn't it? That'd be great, that. But again, excuse me, the cough that I have is not COVID related. It's still there, as Sophia's is still there as well. We still have a cough from Christmas. Excuse me. I had bronchitis and sinusitis, babe, all stubbed up here.
So, we've got Vaser. Vaser.
Darth Vader.
Caustic, who says, hi, how are you?
They've been before.
So, hello, Vaser.
No.
Thanks so much for joining us. Please don't forget to give Sergeant a thumbs up.
Yeah, you're new to us then today as well. Hi, how are you? And what's the weather like? First of all, where are you from? Because Melissa's ignoring me. Naughty Melissa. Melissa, where are you from? And our friend Darth Vader, where are you from?
Basic, yeah.
Base Vader, where are you from? Yeah, okay. Okay, that's cool. Doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. Oh, great. You're from the other side. Oh, Sophia's just told me. That's great. Welcome. Whereabouts are you? I know you're from the other side, that we like a lot.
By the way, we don't mean you're dead.
Wherever you're dead, we did
I'm
tell
from
you.
the UK.
From the UK. Oh, great. Whereabouts in the UK? Oh, I'm quite nosy.
They
It's a
came
chat
to
show.
our live yesterday.
They came to our lives. I'm glad you remember. It's okay, great. I know you. Yeah, I do. I'm not stupid. You know, she's like, oh, well, I see. He thinks I'm stupid. You signed, stupid. You came yesterday
No, yeah.
and shared our live
London.
yesterday. From where?
London.
From London.
Ooh,
Oh,
London.
yes, not from Kent. No, because a lot of our
No,
friends
that's-
yesterday on the other side were from Kent. That was really nice. Got a lot of friends from Kent on the other side. Obviously, on the other side. And how's lockdown treating you in London at the moment? How's lockdown treating you? Because it's a different platform. This is what we are on YouTube. We're a therapy business, but we do a chat show now. And if people want to talk about therapy as well, they can do. But we kind of reminisce and we look at topics that people want to discuss with us. We invite you into our home and share a platform and have a chat about whatever you'd like to. And obviously I spark things off, spark riots off, spark conversations off. I like to be a little bit, the old tongue in the cheek. What are you doing, my darling? She's like playing at snakes across the room. She's like, oh, why are you leaving? She's like, well, she went from there to there. It's, Sophia Shufflebottom. What are you doing, my darling? Bizarre. If you could see what I could see, you'd be like, whoa.
We're in tier 4.
You're in tier 4.
Yeah.
Lockdown, that's what we call it, isn't it? Old Bojo. Good old Bojo put us in auto lockdown. You know, all this started up here, where we are, because we're midway between Manchester and Sheffield, Barnsley, Dingleland, and we're kind of up that way. We were in tier 3, and we were happy in tier 3 because we could do things like we could go training with Sophia, because we're Thai boxers. We specialise in Muay Thai and kickboxing, and obviously personal training. And we could go training and everything. She can still train with myself, which is great, but she can't squad train at the moment. We're in tier 3, everything was fine, but all of a sudden, no, we all locked down. And essential shops were only. I say that about that because we have an old crow, and she's trying to stick 3 plugs into one hole in the phone. What are you doing, my darling? We have an old crone that works in a drug shop, but not a normal drug shop, super drug shop in Meadowhall. And we said, are you staying open through COVID? And she said, yeah, essential shop. We sell paracetamol. Oh, okay, my little crone. She said, yeah, we're essential shop. We sell paracetamol. Of course we are. Do I carry away? I was like, no. Do I hairbrush? Like, do I look like I need a hairbrush? This old crone that works at Superdrug, she's off her head.
Well,
She's bonkers. She says things like, she says, yeah, so if you want paracetamol, we're essential shop. Essential shop. A bit like Derek, isn't she, from...
and then she'll be like, do you want some shampoo?
And then she says, you want some shampoo? Now, do I look like I need shampoo? Come on, do I look like I... Answers on a postcard, but clearly, you want some shampoo? Do you want curly whirly? Got some back up here? It's just trying to sell you all sorts of bobbins.
So we've got Gilbert Singer TV.
Gilbert O'Sullivan.
Gilbert
There was a
Singer.
salmon you want in my name.
And
Hey.
Gilbert said, hi Po, keep on vlogging.
Hi, of course I'll keep on vlogging,
So,
mate. Yeah.
Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, give us a thumbs up, mate. Are you one of our friends from the Philippines as well? Or I take it if you're calling me Po, which is a nice big honour, thank you, I presume. Because if somebody called me Po from London, I'd be like, whoa, what are you talking about? Turn into Del Boy, not Del Boy as in, Only Fools and Horses, but turn to Derek Chisora. What are you talking about, Po? But I know when you people from the Philippines call me Po, that's a real term of endearment. That's a nice thing to be called, so thank you. Always nice, obviously, as a spiritual person, into Muay Thai as a teacher, also into yoga and meditation therapy, especially transcendental meditation. It's great, and it's an honour for me for you to call me Po, so thank you. But again, if I was being called Po from somebody like, I don't know, Phil Mitchell calling me Po, I'd be like, oh, what are you doing, Po? I'd be like, whoa. Might sound right, that, but anyway, how's the life? It's boring, is it, in London at the moment, like everywhere else? And when do you think we can go out to play again? you know, aimed particularly on our friends from London. When do you think this dreadful time when we're going to at least go back into a tier system again? Anytime soon? And we're hoping, we were told, weren't we, because of home learning at the moment with my wonderful
It's
daughter,
just,
February half term. We're in week 3 now of this blessed lockdown, and we're halfway through, aren't we? And how's the vaccinations going down there? Which group are you vaccinating at the moment? Have you done the 80s and over? You know, has they all been done now? Are we on the care home people
I'm
done?
sorry, but they're not just going to put us into tears.
They will. They should do,
but
shouldn't
it's
they?
just-
They will. They'll say, look, okay,
Yeah, but-
you'll be bad lads up there. Scotland, you can go into tier 5. Because they always put them in tier 5 because they think they're all going to kick off and start drinking and throwing things about. And, you know, Nicola Sturgeon up there. Boris is like, no, Nicola, no. Put all your bad lads in tier 5 because the wind done all the ways yet through us. Let the wind blow hey, let the wind blow hey. No, they'll just kick off. Mad Jackos, you know, keep them in. It's almost like the old days, isn't it, of a Braveheart, Rob Roy. I feel sorry for the Scots sometimes because it's like, you know, every time they look like they want to party, it's like, you know, oh no, you calm down, you know. Hogmanay, what are you talking about? Hogmanay, I can't celebrate New Year's Eve, yeah, we Sassenachs. Banned it, didn't they? We could just have Christmas and then, oh, Barnes Night, oh, it's a moonlit night, want to celebrate boom, my bo, doody doody, diddly dee. We're going to bed drinking today. But no, you're not. It's banned. Hogmanay's done, mate. That's it. No Hogmanay for you this year. And I'm saying that tongue in cheek, so I'm going to get, you know, those Scottish people coming on and saying, oh, yeah, sorry about you, yes, that's all right. But great. I do feel that you get a raw deal. And the Welsh, they get a raw deal, don't they? We're going to lock down now. And we're all going to stay in for a month. So we are. But you're coming out soon. No, say you. Obviously, you're not Welsh, but if you are Welsh, yeah. I read in the... you don't read in the paper anymore, do you? I looked on the internet and saw... You used to be able to say, I read in the paper the other day that Wales are going back out of lockdown. You don't say that anymore, do you? You could do, but, you know, nobody reads papers anymore. But you can't, can you? COVID. No, I'll not touch that paper, thank you. Paper and all that. I'll look on the internet. And again, paper's blown it, hasn't it? Papers were dying. Not literally. Trees were dying to make paper. That's better. No, sorry. I digress. But paper, people buying papers and reading library books was a dying art, wasn't it? Just before lockdown. Nobody was buying, hardly any people were buying papers because it was all online. And even worse now, when you get back, I'll buy that magazine. No, I'll not touch it. I'll not touch it if you don't mind. In the hairdressers, not that I go to the hairdressers, but, you know, you used to go to the hairdressers, people, and then they used to say, you know, read the magazine. What do you want to read that? You know, there we go. Vogue, other great magazines, you know, Farmers Weekly.
Would you not? You wouldn't do that with COVID now.
Pardon?
With COVID.
Well, I don't know. With COVID, I wouldn't touch a paper now. Because if I was like, you know, in a hair salon or something, I just wouldn't want. I'd look on my phone because I wouldn't like to read a book that everybody else had been pouring the way through. Oh, look at this. Oh, sticky bits here. Bit of chocolate. That. Before it was like, it's sticky. Now you'd be like COVID, wouldn't you? You'd be like, no, I'll not touch it. You're all right. Okay. Bookshops. Who goes in a bookshop now? Does he? No, rhetorical kind of thing, that was it. Who doesn't go in a bookshop? A man named who? Doesn't go in a bookshop. You get me? Anyway, who goes in a bookshop? This is not a statement. But like you say, a question. Not many people now go in bookshops, do they? I mean, do they? I don't know. Do you go in a bookshop? You know, as a graduate, 2-3 times over now, you spend a lot of time in bookshops. Like Harry Potter World, you know, you miss the old spell books, don't you? Look at this one. Look at this book. But now, very few people, a lot of more people online. But I still like to, I must admit, I still like to read something, but not during COVID. I still like to get a big book out. Get my book out. So look, get the big book out, have a look. But it's still nice to read a book. It's still something, there's something in reading a book, but as long as it's my own book. Nobody else's book, not the one that's been touched from the library. You know, not there's no slagging libraries off or anything because they're great. But a book, yeah. Do you still read books? Do people still read books? I know they do at school, but online. Everything's online now, isn't it? And will there come a day when books will just be in museums or something? I don't know.
So we've got Nee Montana who says Tamsat done. So thank you for the Tamsat.
Hi, Neil Montana.
And thank
How are
so
you?
much for joining us.
Montana, is that because you're from Canada? Or is that America? Or is that just a nice name? A groovy name? I don't know. Welcome to our home. And how are you today? Where are you from? Answer, if you want to answer my question. Montana. Are you from Montana? Or is it just a nice name? Are you, again, hiding in the wings and not going to talk to us? It's great when people just pop in and say hi, or at least, you know, because on the other side we have a lot of fembots, robots, coming in to talk to us. Well, last night was great on here. Then it was great. We jumped onto the other side and did a show live with our friends on the other channel, and it's great on there as well. It's both platforms are great for different things. If you've been watching our show, as it were, our channel, our stream, Islands in the stream, that is what we are. Sail away with me to another world when we rely on each other. From one lover to another. Islands in the stream. Like great Kenny Rogers. Oh, Kenny, baby. Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. Hope Dolly stays around a little bit longer than Kenny.
So
Kenny Rogers, my word.
Where are you from?
Yeah. Oh,
I
Dean.
presume you're from the Philippines because your name is your name.
Yeah,
You
Montana
said
in the name, though.
Tamsat Dun.
Tamsat, but you said Montana.
No,
Are you a
yeah.
Filipino living in the Montana region?
So hello, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
How are you?
How are you, mate? Are you okay?
Yeah.
We're just
So
trying to work
it's
out where people are
Montano,
from.
not Montana.
Montano.
Yeah.
Oh, Italy. Montano.
I just read it Montana.
You said Montana, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
but
Wasn't
I read it wrong.
Made a mistake there, didn't you, my darling? She made a mistake. I'm so sorry. My wonderful daughter made a mistake. She told me you were from Guantanamo Bay.
No, I didn't.
She didn't. She said Montano. Yeah, so come and say hi. And Jack, how's the home learning going today? I'm not going to mention Teddy today, but how's Teddy? All right. And how was home learning today?
Jack said my mum is watching as well.
She's watching as well, is she? Hi, Jack's mum. Are you all right? You okay? You all right? Yeah, Jack. And how's Teddy? All right, Teddy, okay? Family all okay? That's great. Welcome to our home. We are, of course, Elysium, on a couple of platforms now. We've evolved our channel over the last 5 or 6, well, probably about 14, 15 weeks now, when we're hosting a chat show where we are still predominantly doing the old stuff on hypnosis and therapy, the personal training, but obviously now we do a chat show as well on 2 platforms, of which this is one, and you and your family are always welcome.
Jack said she is well and Teddy is well.
She's well and Teddy's well. Great,
Yeah,
that's brilliant, and it's just nice. We're just saying it'll be nice to get back to some form of normality, and that includes getting the schools back, and that's one thing we were chatting about. We've been chatting a lot recently about things that seem different now when you were a child.
Oh yeah, another thing is, after COVID, when we go to the
Zoo.
parks and things.
Yeah,
No.
theme parks, white knuckle
Like
rides.
walking around with that mask on, you're just
It's going to feel
box.
strange, isn't it? Yeah, we were saying the other day, isn't it going to be strange? Isn't it ironic? Yeah, wouldn't it be strange? We were chatting, Sophia and myself, we chatted a lot about this, and we were saying, can you imagine if you yourself now, seeing your old self 2 years ago, even 3 years ago, and you met yourself and you said, look, enjoy it now, because in 2020, there's going to be this virus that's going to hit you. Say you're in, I don't know, say you've just been to Greg's, and then you've been into the Oasis in Meadowhall, and you're having your chips and whatever you're having in there, and you're enjoying yourself, Nando's or whatever, I don't know, and somebody came along to you and said, look, mate, enjoy this while you can, because in 3 years' time, there's going to be this virus, and it's going to come and it's going to grab everybody, and you're all going to have to wear a mask. Well, don't think so. What have you been on? But clearly, if you can you imagine? Can you remember what it was like before having to wear this mask? And we were hand gelling anyway, well before that, because we're very clean people. But obviously, thinking of life before COVID. If somebody came up to you at Meadowhall and said, especially Christmas time when it's chock-a-block, and you're all walking around like that, and well, not literally like that,
Yeah.
that'd be strong, wouldn't it be strange? But if you're all walking around Meadowhall, and now, don't you now, you notice the nutters that were already there at Meadowhall,
No,
walking
well,
around,
no.
but now there's one we see in the morning.
No,
Stinky, he walks around like that. He's a bad lad. And he walks around really fast. And maybe he's been there all the time, but we're just noticing him now. These nutters. The Stinky. There's this other guy that looks a bit like, what do you call him, really? And you're starting to see them because there's nobody else there. It's wah, 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 wah. It's, it's like tumbleweeds. Very quiet. I mean, we went again to,
I do.
Yeah, well,
I don't
do.
go.
She didn't go all the time. I go and toddle off to Meadowhall and get, essential shopping, right? And that nut, we were just saying earlier, there's this. You probably know her if you're there, Jack's mum as well. But no, I'm going to tell her.
Is Meadowhall still open?
Yes, it is still open, mate. It's still open.
Well,
and I was saying, if your mums might remember, does she know? Let's ask her. She's there, right? There's a woman in Meadowhall in a drug shop.
Oh no,
Super, not normal drug shop. Super drug, it's called. And you go up to her. We saw her 3 days ago. I'm getting involved. And we said to her, "Are you staying open, my old crone? Through COVID lockdown?" And she said, "Yeah, we're social shop. We're social shop." I said, "She looks like that. She does. She's really." And she said, "Essential. We sell paracetamol. Of course we're staying open. Essential shop." And then she goes, "Carwell, yeah, your shampoo." Because they always have crap, don't they, on the side there. And she said to me, literally, she said, "We'll stay open. Of course we are. Paracetamol. Sell paracetamol. Do you want Carwell? Do you want some shampoo?" And do I look like I need shampoo? Do I look? Does one look like one needs shampoo? No, I think not. But yeah, she's bonkers. And then we saw a daughter, didn't we, in another shop, my darling?
No, we didn't really, but
looking rather similar.
It might have
but yeah, she's not right in the head, is she? But
no,
yeah.
Literally.
So, well, she is. She's bonkers.
No, but who does?
She is.
No, I know she isn't.
She's not right. She's not right. Well, if she is, I don't want to be. But anyway, so yeah, and we were talking as our show's evolved. We've been kind of like looking at things people say that's crazy. And when you talk with your hands. But we're saying, isn't it strange how you say, obviously the old Peter Kay thing that says not next week, the week after. How is it when you're talking that way? If you go into the future, you say not next week, the week after. You're right. But if you say not last week, the week before, you go that way. Strange, isn't it? Your brain just does that. Not next week, the week after. You go that way.
If I'm talking to someone about something
backwards,
that's happened in the past,
you go that way.
Oh,
that way. You jump back that way. Yeah, so you go right now. This is even more funny because when I was watching back,
you don't realise you do it.
But but when I was watching it back the other night, my darling Sophia, on the TV, I was going that way because it's obviously the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when I hear I'm saying, you go that way, and then I watch myself back and I'm going that way. I go, whoa, welcome to the
toilet. No, but if I'm speaking to someone and say, I did it last week.
You go that way.
Yeah.
And if you go the week after, you go 3 times. Not last week. I think it was like, I did it the other day. It was about 3 weeks ago now. And I actually went 3 weeks ago.
1, 2, 3.
I did 3 loops. Whee! Off you go. But we're talking about how you know the price of nothing now. About bumper packs of things. And we're saying, for example, you get it's true, isn't it? We were saying, you go in and you buy a bumper pack of Mars bars, or you get a family pack of 4 or 5. I don't know, 27 Mars bars in a little pack. So, but you don't know how much a Mars bar. I don't know how much a Mars bar costs on its own. Excuse me, my man can have a Mars bar. I just give the hold a handful of.
I know this.
Well, give them the card.
Anything, but if you get a packet of biscuits.
Yeah, a packet of biscuits. Yeah. One single packet.
What would one biscuit
I don't know.
be? Like how much would one biscuit?
I don't know. I don't think you do that, no.
No, I know that's what I said.
On a plane, you get the teeny weeny little cream crackers.
I mean, if you were to buy a biscuit,
a biscuit on its own.
I
tell you what though, when we were at school, I mean, Jack's mum might remember this. School, remember that? Is when you had a tuck shop. Nobody knew what tuck meant. Stupid little places they were, and you used to be able to buy little biscuits, a packet of 2 biscuits, or 2 cream crackers and a little piece of cheese. It was, wasn't it? A little tiny piece of cheese and 2 cream crackers. Or you could get 2 biscuits, usually shortbread biscuits, in a packet. Tip Tops, we used to call them. Mr. Freeze, they call them now. We call them Tip Tops. There was Mr. Freeze. Coca Ice Pops.
Oh, yeah.
And they were massive. They were. It was like Luke Skywalker walking around with them. It's like, I got a Mr. Freeze. I used to walk around with them like that. Yeah. And then we were talking about, do you remember we were talking about songs, one-hit wonders, yeah? And we're talking about living in the love of the common people, smiles from the heart of the family man. Dad is gonna buy you a dream to cling to. Mama's gonna love you just as much as she can. And she can. And all that. Paul Young. What happened to Paul Young? And these people, we were chatting about that. Oh, my phone's just beeped again. Incoming call again. It's doing all that. And we were talking about accents, weren't we? And we were talking about people, one-hit wonders. and we're talking about the 90s scene, the Manchester scene of the 90s, and we're talking about Bez going forwards, going backwards, going forwards.
Oh, he's doing that thing now, isn't
Yeah,
he?
was, this is how it feels to be lonely. This is how, wasn't them, it was a farm that this is how it feels to be small in spiral carpets. This is how it feels when your word means nothing at all. Yeah.
I need to find that out. You know,
What?
his YouTube channel.
Yeah, have a look about that, yeah. We're talking about, I know, have to. Yeah, Bez. He's got a fitness video
Yeah,
up.
that's
Bez,
what
get
I'm
this,
saying, yeah.
get this. Bez, you know, Bez from the 90s.
What's that supposed to be?
Well, yeah, it's
No,
yeah.
no.
Obviously, Bez has got a fitness channel, a fitness Bez.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, this is how it feels. Backwards and forwards, backwards, sort of like Jimmy Savile. But backwards and forwards, I was about that there, backwards and forwards, as it happened. Forwards and forwards. He used to just do that, didn't he? Happy Mondays. And it was great to see Bez. And Sean Ryder. My God, how ugly is that I got now, Sean Ryder. I mean, we saw him. I mean, Sean's great and brilliant. I love Sean Ryder. You know, I don't think I'm taking the mick out of Manx because I love
No.
Manx.
Even though we talk a lot about them,
We do because we're actually endeared by Manx.
Yeah.
We like Manx, you know. It was like, and that horrible little girl that was 8.5. Oh, it's horrible being in love when you're 8.5. Got your picture on my wall, got your name upon my scarf. It's horrible being in love. Horrible being in love when you're 8.5. 46-year-old midget, get off. Oh, I set my arms and heels on yesterday. So you see, I'm growing up in every way. It's just a tiny house for two, just big enough for me and you. So go on and miss me, Dad, don't be shy, get out. You know, it's all that rubbish, isn't it? Gotta be it, this annoying little mank out, little Mancunian girl. It's horror. Claire and Friends, 1986. I mean, we're going back a long, long way now. What happened to Claire? She'll be in an old folks' home now. She'll be like dodging COVID now, won't she? We're like, I remember I used to sing, oh, it's horrible being, oh, don't start again, Claire.
is that the only one she made?
Yeah, she only made that.
Oh.
Everybody in the old folks'
Is that
home's like,
like
oh,
Blow
don't
Up?
start. Claire. Do you remember my song, oh,
No,
it's horrible being, oh,
Did
Claire,
she
don't go
just
on,
make
yeah.
that and it just blew up?
That's what she did. She just did that.
Oh.
Oh, you see, I'm growing
I thought
up
she
in
made,
every
like,
way.
an
No,
album.
she just did Claire. She wasn't like, and most of it, Claire, when I first met you, I stare. Gilbert O'Sullivan, another ugly man from the Manchester area. It was you.
No.
Claire, when I first met you, I swear. Oh, he's really ugly, like cross between, that, what's his name? That funny fellow, another mank with red hair. Stars.
We're not slagging anyone.
No, we're not slagging people
You
off with
like
red hair. We're not
Manchester.
slagging Manx off. We're just talking about things in general. Simply Red, holding back the years. I mean, he's got ugly as well, hasn't he? You know, Mick
yeah.
Hucknall. You know, anyway, sorry. I know.
You got ugly, yes.
You know, Mick Hucknall for a start. Again, great. Oh man, no, Mick, come on. I'm not being trying to be awful, but you know, I'm sure you say yourself that you know you've been through the wars a bit. But I mean, Gilbert O'Sullivan. Okay, I'm not, you know, Humpty Dumpty's out here, you know. You know, you've got to look at people like like Gilbert O'Sullivan. His name was a bit like Leo Sayer, but more ugly. Like, you make me feel like dancing, wanna dance the night away. Yeah, horrible. Claire, when I first met you, I swear. And a proper ugly, this guy. We've talked about him before many times, and he'll be on. He'll
Is that
come
the
on.
one that I saw?
That's the one you saw. I said to Sophie, I said, look at this guy. And she kept saying, Danny, this guy you're on
No,
about now.
well, you know.
Show me him. And I'm like, and he came on and went, Claire, when you first met you, I swear. And she's like, whoa, you're right, isn't he? He's a bad lad. Because he is. He's a bit dodgy. And we were talking about Sean Ryder, again with Bez and everything, and the Manchester scene, and how great they were. How it was great in the 90s, and the, you know, how the Manchester scene took off. Literally, off it went. But how good it was. The Hacienda, whatever you want to call it. I remember going there in Manchester in the 90s. Great place to be. The 90s, Happy Mondays and spiral carpets, and obviously the All Together Now. Didn't realise I was on the other side the other day again, weren't we, Sophia? Chatting to a guy
You
from
don't
Cheadle
mean we
Humour.
did, bud.
Not just Cheadle, but Cheadle Humour.
You don't mean we
No, we didn't mean died or
going
anything.
forward.
Obviously, we're gothic, but we don't live in coffins or anything like that. Well, not yet, anyway. But we were chatting to this guy on the other side from
Oh,
not just from Cheadle,
yeah.
from Cheadle Hume. And I have an auntie in Cheadlehume. You sign Cheadlehume. And obviously we were chatting away, and he was saying about Cheadle and about the Manchester scene, and I was on about the farm, and he was saying that the farm, not literally the farm, they weren't Manx. They were Scousers, and I never knew that. So
I don't think they all were.
I don't think they all were, but I think the lead singer must have been a Manc, or as they call him, a Woollyback. They a Woollyback, shorter. And that was took us on to accents and things, because we're like, the great George Formby, and when I'm leaning on the lamppost on the corner of the street, case of certain little lad, his silly ukulele. His what?
A certain person was
from Manchester.
No, like
Liverpool. Yeah, he could have been, and it was like,
or they might have been originally from Liverpool
and then moved to live in Manchester,
and then developed the accent.
So it could have been, could have been a bit of a mix, because I know how that works, because obviously I was at university up there. Some great, I take the mick out of Manx and Scousers, but had some great times up there. And it was up there when I realised just how much hatred there is between the Manx and the Scousers, and the terminology of Woollyback.
Because why would they make a band together?
I know. Again, I don't know. So they must all have been Scousers or Manx. Because they, but the rest is history.
Yeah.
But I was at university for one of my courses up there, and I saw firsthand. I lived in Southport for quite a while, and taught I was teaching up there, and some great, wonderful memories of living in the northwest. Some fond memories of that, and still close to my heart for many reasons. What happened up there, but anyway, I do digress. But the hatred between there's a road that's not literally a road, but there's Liverpool, and goes that way, and then Skelmersdale, and then Manchester, Skelmersdale, Ormskirk, and around Ormskirk it all changes. And Manc becomes Scouse, and Scouse becomes Manc, and it's like a no man's land. No man's land, believe me. And it's an area where, Manchester becomes Liverpool, and Liverpool becomes, and the accents kind of like into. I presume that's where the term Woollyback comes from.
I was going to say, right, where's that place where?
I want to be careful, Don. What are you going to say?
No,
now? I never know what she's going to say. Drop me in it.
No.
You said you didn't like that man. Which man, darling?
You know that where it's kind of like, what's that place near Newcastle?
Near Newcastle.
That's like
Middlesbrough, Sunderland,
it's
Gateshead, where Mr. Laws comes from.
Do you know what I mean?
Lawsy.
Like there's an accent that's kind of
Jardy.
half that, half something else, and I can't remember what it is.
Is it Durham? Is it? Yeah, I don't know. It's around that area when it's part.
Well, I think it's quite good when it's in the middle. So
in the middle.
So
it's a bit of both. A bit of it. Yeah. Because we were chatting about accents, and we were chatting about how pronounced they are in certain areas. It's like I was taught in Wigan. I'm for Wigan, and obviously our friend Creepy from that end, from Wigan, one for Wigan. Round up there, Preston, round that area, Preston, up and down, round and round, and how that is, and then we talked about the, again, people think I'm taking the mick. I'm not taking the mick, but obviously in Liverpool we spent some time around that area, obviously, with fondness and with some memories. But I always remember from my time up there, there are two kind of like accents in Liverpool. There's the, all right there, how you going on, mate? Kind of like on helium, what I think very fast, going faster and faster and all that, like, walk, all that. And then the other side, you've got everybody a bit philosophical, sort of like John Lennon kind of accent, it's kind of like, do you call me Ringo? Because I wear lots of rings, and very philosophical. They almost stop, and poetry sounds so good. If you listen to them reading or something, it's almost poetic. So listen, if John Lennon, part of his success was the fact that every time he stopped, you knew something philosophical was coming out, and it did. And the Beatles evolved because of John Lennon. Oh, is it ringing again? Hey, Tim, my phone rings when we're on there. But yeah, so you've got, one side you've got, all right there, how are we going on, mate? Very, very fast, very, very, and then the other side you've got all really laid back.
I'm not trying to be,
what, my darling?
What's it called?
I don't know, racist, sexist, ignorant,
I'm not trying to...
offensive?
I'm not
you sign offensive!
To like...
Anybody.
if you're like really high high pitch.
High pitch, yeah.
If you're like,
High pitch scouser.
imagine if you're like really high pitched
Yeah.
and then you're like,
Yes, get out.
you're stressed up.
Yeah,
so you're
that's it.
talking
Oh God, I don't want to do it. Get out.
You know
Shut
what
it. Shut it. Yeah, you do. You just get it worse and worse. Yeah, but
And then there's like the lowest.
and then you've got the alarms. Oh, you wouldn't know though. How would you know I'm stressed up today? My name is John. I'm so stressed up. I almost feel like I'm over the edge. I'm so stressed up that I feel
You
so
sound it.
anxious. Doctor, can you help me, please? Give me some tablets to calm me down, because I'm so stressed up. It's unbelievable. I got up this morning feeling so tense and anxious. If I carry on like this, I'm going to have a heart attack or something. You're not, are you? It's like, it's not, is it? Accents mean so much to accents. We study, and talking about accents, we were also talking the other day about the Irish accents, and we talked about it because looking at what we ordered quite a few things from EE
Oh, that was funny.
just on the day of lockdown, and we went in to collect something.
Right,
Go
can
on,
I
you
just
tell
say,
them. What
what about that? We
Yeah.
decided
I was about
to,
that then. She's
we-
going to tell you a story. Wow. Not advocating Jimmy Savile, by the way. It's just every so often my voice turns
we
into them.
decided
Right.
to order something and pick it up on the day
On the day.
of lockdown.
Of lockdown, exactly,
Like, out
madam.
of all the days to pick,
Yeah.
we had to pick the
So
day
off we
of
toddled,
lockdown.
didn't we? Off we toddled to Meadow Hall, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, come to pick our things up. And the guy's running out of the EE shop, and I said, hello, can I... No, I can't serve you, I can't serve... Hey, don't serve you. I think it was his son or something. Can't serve you. But why? Take it back. Oh, said, what back? I'm to tell you what it is, yeah? Take it back. Oh, all right, mate. So then I explained what it was. You take it back. It's in the field, and he sent it back. And I'll come back to you, man.
Jack said, is Wurzel Gummidge still got your package?
Where's the Gummidge is still... Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly, mate. So, this is what I was saying, and I was meant to do. He said it's in the field. It's on the field. It's on the field. On the field. I don't know what I was talking about.
Hi, Creepy.
Hi, Creepy.
We're
All right,
just
mate.
talking about...
We're just talking about the other day.
Creep said I'll be back in a minute.
All right, fella, no
Right.
problem. And we were just chatting, and obviously he just said you'll have to phone the shop. Oh, phone EE, phone 150. So when we got back, right, it came but it went.
So Mer's TV vlog said hello.
Hi,
So
how are you?
hello, how are
Not ignoring you, just on
We are
full
just
flight at the moment, mate.
talking
Let Sophia
about-
have a
yeah.
chat. And obviously then we went and I did the usual thing.
Yeah.
Phone. Still use my phone like that. Not that they look like that anymore. Still phoned it, Oh, as Peter Kay would say. But anyway, you say I phoned it up and I was 150 and got to the lady on the other side. What about you? How are you? And I explained, mate. What's your favourite colour? All right, and make one up. And anyway, okay, we went over all that. She said, right now, the problem is it's out in the field. Where's the Gummidge is wearing it? What do you mean it's out in the field? Well, I'm sorry about that now. It's down. We've got it down here. It's gone out. It's gone out. In the field.
Basically,
What?
they closed the store
Yeah.
and then they
Thrown it in the field. I thought that's what she meant. So I got a vision of Worsley.
No, and
Oh, look at
then
that.
we
Shit,
We said, is it in the field? Just joking. And she said, yeah, it's in the field.
Yes, it's on the
Like,
field. And I was
what do
like,
you mean it's in the
I got this
field?
vision of Wurzel wearing my watch, thinking, hey, the world after the time that, ooh, looking at my watch. And I said, so it's out
No,
in the
but we
field?
said-
She went, yes, it's out in the
Yeah,
field.
We said it's out in the field, just joking. She said, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
out
what
in
it
the
is,
field.
so it is,
Well, it's-
out in the field.
Well,
I
it
think it
shouldn't
quite...
be, should it?
And she was very, that's what I'm saying. So you've got the two accents in Ireland, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got the Mrs. Brown and the Daniel O'Donnell. The people who are just so relaxed. So relaxed, they don't give a monkey's nads. What's happening? Oh, to be sure. No, relax. And then you've got the others from Northern Ireland who shout at you. They shout as soon as they talk to you. Get out. You're hot. It's out, so it is. Get out, so it is. It's out in the field. No,
But
we've gone
the
down.
thing that got me is
Whoa,
we
hang
said,
on. Well,
oh,
that's
it's
your
in the
question.
field, just joking. And then she said, yeah,
Yeah,
it's in
that's
the
right,
field.
it's on the
Like,
field.
Seriously, well, it shouldn't be in the
No,
field.
it shouldn't be in the
should
field,
Why
is
have
it?
you
It's
put it
going to
in the
break,
field?
isn't it? It's going to waterlogged. It's not going to work when I get it back.
But eventually.
Eventually, we got it.
But the thing that, I'm sorry, but why? It's
What's
our
the field
luck.
got to do with that?
It's our luck to pick a day that we go into
I know.
lockdown.
We were just walking
Like,
into EE,
literally
and he's
just-
running out, isn't
yeah.
he? He's obviously her son.
Yeah.
Boom! Recording. Go.
Throwing it in it.
Have to give him a wig. What do you mean? Can you just stop a minute? It's like, got a team meeting. What do you mean a team meeting? Go. Shake up for you. You have to win 150. Whoa.
And
Anyway,
then he shut
yeah.
the shutters.
Then he shut the shutters.
Yeah.
all came down. I was like, whoa. So anyway, found the mum. Yeah, it's great now. I love this watch. It's great, isn't it? Fiddle about it. Does all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah.
But anyway, I do digress. Accents. Yeah, we were chatting about accents, and we were saying that how certain accents you trust more than others.
Creepy said, okay, I'm back.
All
So,
right, mate. We're just
hey,
talking about
Creepy.
accents, mate. Obviously, we've just been talking about the die. What about you know? I'm talking about a program I used to watch.
Creepy's uploading a film.
Oh,
That's
great.
good. Oh, yes, that's good.
And the
I was
reason,
going to
remember
say-
we were chatting about this the other day about because you'll be, you were all about this about the Irish connection. I used to watch a program growing up called "It's Too Late to Talk to Bally." Too late. And it was an Irish program, and it was, you asked me this, you actually said, didn't you, Elaine, what does that mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, well, actually, the program was called "It's Too Late to Talk to Billy." It's too late to talk to Bally. And it was Bally, B-E-L-L, well, Bally, like, someone down there, Bally, Tommy, Bally. But it was Billy, not Bally. But it was too late to talk to, it's too late. And they were announced, obviously, over here, lots of accents, because obviously to trust someone properly, I still feel you have to have a degree of pronunciation in your voice. So for example, if I went to a doctor and I said, doctor, I'm feeling, not a joke, knock, doctor, doctor joke. It was kind of like I said, I've got this, and he said to me, oh yes, I think what's happening there is, and I like that because then I feel as if he knows what he's talking about. But if I went in and, again, I'm not trying to offend people here again, but if he said, yeah, you have come in to see me, or what's wrong with you? Yes, I think it's a boil, wants lancing. Think he wants lancing? Then I'd be like, whoa, no, I'll go and see an English doctor,
go
a
and
French
see
doctor,
it.
German doctor, but whatever you are, I don't know what you are. No, it's all right, mate. I'll do that
We're
for
not
you.
trying to
No, we're not.
offend
No, we're having a go at everybody. We're not just taking the mickey out of one person.
Creepy said Jesus, Brummy accent.
Brummy.
Do you not like...
Yeah, I haven't got put on my accent. I mean, it's endearing, it is. But it's the way that they like, They like sounds like they're going to vomit on you. Don't they? I mean, they're not all like that. I think he upset somebody on the other side the other day. Because I said, yeah, from Wolverhampton. And she just disappeared, didn't she?
We are not trying to offend anyone.
No, we're not trying to offend
Because
anybody.
we
If we
are-
tried, you'd know about it. We're not
We
trying
just,
to offend anybody. But yeah, obviously.
Just saying, 'cause
Yeah, I mean, accents mean a lot. And obviously, there's a teacher that used to be at Sophie's school.
Yeah, but-
Dorsey Lawsy.
Never mind.
Great accent. I love his accent. A great teacher and a great accent.
Oh yeah, you said that before, didn't you?
What?
Creepy said toys and we for Toys R Us. I know you said that
Ooh.
last time. Toys and we for Toys R Us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I
yeah,
remember
exactly.
You said that before.
Yow. And the old Pirates song, of course, came from there, didn't it? About the Pirates song. That was from Birmingham, wasn't it? Yeah. Early in the morning. Early in the morning. Early in the morning. Early. Yeah. But yeah, it's an accent that's,
Creepy said horrid accent, can't stand it.
I know. Well, I can't say that because I'm hosting a show here, mate. But
No, it's an
I know other
amazing accent.
horrid accents are available. But yeah, it's one of those accents where you don't really, you don't want to hear it when you want to just, it's,
Well,
what's wrong with you?
We don't dislike.
No, we don't
accents.
dislike any accent. Don't dislike anybody
like
here at
all
this show.
accents.
We like all accents. So we
Yeah.
find them all endearing. But that one's less endearing than anybody else's.
No.
of all the list of unendearing accents, that's quite high on the list, so it is. And then obviously you've got because I used to love. I mean, I've at risk of offending our Cockney listeners. Doing this Chaz and Dave, it's like anything that kicks off down south. It's like we're gonna have a hey, I don't care, Here comes all day, 'cause I got boy beer in my sideboard there, got a bag of soda. Here comes all day, rabbit. I just love it. The Cockneys have a knees up.
Just makes me want to punch them in the face.
I know.
Only joking.
I know, exactly. No, not that we're advocating punching
Only
anybody
joking,
in the
make
throat,
sure.
punch him down the throat, mate. But yeah, a Cockney knees up isn't the same. And he died, didn't he, last year? Was it Chaz or Dave? I never know which is which. Oh, are they the same person? I don't know. I don't know. Chaz or Dave, which one are you? Are you Chaz or Dave? Oh, yeah, rabbit.
Do they both look the same?
Yep. Bunny, jabba. Which one was Chaz and which one was
Do they
Dave?
both look the same?
It's both got beardies, a bit like, but they're both beard. And then you got beautiful eyes, you got thighs, and I don't mind having it yet. But you have to keep giving it, that's how it won't stop soaking. Why don't you give it a rest? Great. I mean, you can't have a Cockney party, though, without Chas and Dave, can you?
Creepy said I had a good mate who was a brummie in the army, kept taking the mick out of him also.
And he was he a Cockney?
Yeah.
Oh, Chas and Dave.
No, a
Brummie, sorry. But yeah, so you go through, don't you? And we were talking about right at the beginning of all this. We weren't taking the mick, but we were talking about the in Scotland, and we were talking about how I would say that people that are familiar with the Glaswegian accent, how almost like a Scouse accent, I suppose. The more excited they get, the Glaswegians, you can't, you've lost it. You start a conversation with a Glaswegian.
Just calm down.
Just all right, mate. Calm down.
It's a bit like that thing you were saying earlier.
Yeah. It was like, it's just like,
fast.
they get faster and faster, and then it's like, whoa, take a chill pill, mate. Explain, yeah. That's the kind of accent that, again, it's an accent that's an endearing accent, but it's obviously the more excitable they get. The faster they get, and that's a Moonlit Dictionary.
Creepy said my missus takes the mick out of my accent, but I don't think I have one.
Well, you see, as we know, do you still say round and down and up and down and round? Do you know? You don't turn into George Formby or anything, do you? Bolton and Preston and round that area. Burnley, Bolton, round, up and down. When you're talking about, we were talking yesterday. We just missed that bit, Creepy. We were talking about buns and baps again. And we shared this conversation before, didn't we, with you? And you were telling us about the Wigan fish cake thing. Wigan bun, Wigan sarnie, Wigan whatever you called it. When it was the fish cake. No, Wigan pie, that was it.
Yeah.
Wigan, so you had a pie, a big beef and onion pie or meat and potato pie, and you put it in a bread cake or a bun or a bap, whatever you call it, and you went into that. No. A delicacy. Up there. And you're missing that now, aren't you? You're thinking about it now, aren't you? You're thinking about that Wigan thing. You're thinking about sitting there, having your pie and some peas and your butty with the pie in the middle, aren't you? You're missing it.
Watched Alaska's Triangle tonight. Was a good one.
Oh, right, cool. Yeah, you were talking about that, weren't you? Because we were talking about Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda. Remember that guy? I liked him. Bermuda Triangle.
Not Wigan, haha.
No, well, what was it? What was it? Was it Wigan? I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
I thought it was Wigan where the pie came from. You just enlighten us, Creepy. You know more than us.
Oh, wasn't it?
Wasn't Bolton? Wasn't Wigan? I'm sure it was Wigan where the pie was. Yeah. Bermuda Triangle.
The island of Bermuda, haha.
Bermuda Triangle makes people disappear.
Where was it then? If it
Bermuda
wasn't
Triangle.
Where
Don't
was
go
it?
to
I'm sure
here.
it's just me. I just think it's Wigan.
I thought I got mad then. 'Cause I'm sure the thing that we watched there. We're
Is
talking about the Wigan. They call it. What do they call it? A Wigan something or other. And that's what it was. There was a pie in a bread cake.
Yeah.
But it was a. It wasn't a Wigan bun. What was it? I can't remember. Because something about yesterday we were talking about in Sheffield and in Dingleland or whatever you want to call it. They call things different things. Fish cakes. Fish cake to me is a piece of fish, 2 bits of potato.
An island is Bermuda, sorry. Oh, an island is Bermuda.
I know, it is, just a little bit. You've got your piece of fish, yeah, and you've got your 2 bits of potato or scallops, and it's a fish cake.
Please tell me I'm not going insane. So, the thing we're talking about isn't from Wigan, so where is it from then? Because I thought it was from Wigan.
Wigan, yeah, Wigan
And
pie.
it's just
Wigan,
me,
I forgot even what they called it now.
Where is it from then? Do you know? Well,
He does know, because he used to.
He told us
He told us
about it,
we were
yeah.
talking about it, weren't we? Because we were on about it. But fish cakes, they ain't rissoles. A fish cake's a fish cake, and a rissole is a mashed up like baby food. Rissole is like all these bits of potato and bits of fish all crumbled up together and put breadcrumbs on it. That's what a rissole is.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's what a rissole is. But if you go to certain places, you have to actually say, "Can I have a potato?" "Can I have a turkey fish cake?" A potato fish cake. But then they say potato, mashed potato. No, not mashed potato. It's like what I actually say is it's like a piece of fish, and it's got like 2 scallops. scallop, there's a word. 2 scallops on top of each, one on top of the other, and then fish in the middle, making a sandwich. That's a proper fish cake.
So
we have to explain it.
It doesn't matter, but if you remember where it's called.
Yeah, remember what it's called. I seem to have remember that it was this delicacy that came from that area, and you were talking about it. It was a pie, and it had it was in a bread cake or a bun.
Batter is a potato-style fish cake in Wigan.
Yeah, exactly. So we are right. We are. So what was the name of that delicacy then?
What was the name of that?
That delicacy that you have up there. That's basically a pie.
Yeah.
And it's a Wigan pie.
I'm not just going insane.
No, I've gone insane.
I thought it was a Wigan. I thought it was from Wigan. So it's just me.
Yeah. So you had basically a pie butty.
What is it called? Sorry, didn't hear your question.
No.
So when it's
tell me.
like a pie in like a bread cake, and you said you.
It had a name.
It had
some kind of name.
And I thought it was from Wigan.
We thought it was a Wigan pie or something like that. It's a delicacy that is a speciality of.
You said. Oh, you can't wait to get another one.
Yeah, you did.
You said, "Oh, I'm just thinking about it."
Just thinking about it now, and I can't remember the name of the actual what that you actually called it, but it was basically a pie, and it was in a butty.
So we've got the Aimas.
The Aimas.
So hello.
Hi.
Kenya, is that your wife talk from the background? No.
Who said that?
The Aimas.
The Aimas. No, that's my wonderful daughter. That's Sophia. The Sophia, who is the Sophia in Elysium Sophia. That's Sophia.
You said a Wigan pie is just a meat and potato pie in a bat.
In a bat. Yeah, that's it then. Yeah, Wigan pie.
Yeah, so
it is Wigan. But
if
if you watch that back later, you'll see what I mean. A Wigan pie, that's it. A Wigan pie is just a pie in a bread cake, isn't it? We sorted that and some more chips on the side or something.
The Aimas said, "Oh well, please let her come and say hi."
Yeah, well, you see, the thing is, we've had this conversation before. You see, Aimas. We're waiting for a face reveal. Because at the moment, she comes in as Penny the Panda. If you watch our videos, my daughter, Sophia, is Penny the Panda. And we are monetised as such now, but we're still waiting for YouTube to send us the message to say we're monetised. And we did say that as soon as we were monetised, to celebrate being monetised, then Sophia would do a face reveal.
Yeah.
And that's the biggie, you see.
I'll be doing a face
So we can't do the face reveal until we get the thing from
Yeah.
YouTube to officially say we're monetised.
Basically,
Which
I'll
about.
be doing a face reveal when we officially become monetized.
It's a big thing, that.
But until that point, I can't do that.
Yeah, until that's sort of sorted out, the we're from Kenya, we can't do that because it's a big thing, and we're waiting until we get the final word from YouTube. I don't know what they're doing. As far as we were concerned, we've been monetised ages now, but it's a kind of a special treat for us all for Sophia to come out.
Creepy said, "Me too, it's great. I had it the other day. We'll happy."
Who was that?
Creepy.
Oh, had a what?
No.
Whatever it was. Wigan pie. Probably did. Probably went to a Filipino market, got himself a pie, stuck it in a bread cake, and said, "Hey, I'm back in Wigan. Hey, up." No, how are we going now?
You say you were restricted to what you can eat.
Yeah, you're restricted. And is that because you're restricted because you don't like the food out there? Or is that restricted in... no, I think it was that you were just restricted because there was... you didn't like, I don't know, like Beatles on sticks or
Be
something.
right back. Okay,
Remember?
so Creepy's
Canapes.
gonna be back.
Has he gone again? Has he
Yeah.
He wants to get himself a Wigan pie. Haven't you, Creepy? Yeah, off we go. We're off to see the Wigan, the wonderful Wigan of pie. Rude. Shut up, get out. Yeah, so we're also talking about things that that we used to think were great. Adverts. I grew up with this advert song. Only the crumbliest, flakiest chocolate tastes like chocolate never tasted before. Cadbury's Flake. And that was a stunning advert. It just got better and better. And then there was another advert that was similar to it. It was Fry's Turkish Delight. No one knows the secret of Fry's Turkish Delight. And again, an amazing advert. So there might be some you remember blasts from the past adverts. The Milky Bar Kid is strong and tough, and only the best is good enough. The creamiest milk, the whitest bar, the goodness that's in Milky Bar. This is Milky Bar. The Milky Bars are on me. Shut up. Little annoying little guy he was, but it was great. The Milky Bar Kid. Little bloke, but little glasses on, blondie white hair, and also a cowboy.
Oh yeah, maybe
I liked him. He was good. Lots of adverts that were around in the. I used to like tell them about the big man, tell them about the bread man. You know, we got wasp in your ear, but talk about the bran flakes. That's a different matter. Here's what you'll always hear: they're tasty, tasty, very, very tasty. They're very tasty. How'd you like your eggs done? Have you seen your milkman? You know you've got a wasp in your ear. But talk about the bran flakes. That's a different matter. You'll always hear they're tasty, tasty, very, very tasty. They're very tasty. Is your teapot trying to tell you something? A cup of delicious Brook Bond dividend D. A cup of D. And it was decaffeinated tea. So instead of having a cup of tea, it had a cup of D. And it was decaffeinated tea. Now, why would anybody want decaffeinated tea? I understand why you want decaf coffee.
What is that?
Now, that's dodgy, you know, because the only reason I drink coffee is because it keeps you buzzing. Decaffeinated means it's not got caffeine in it.
Yeah.
So tea, the thing that gives you the buzzing feeling, well, not electric shock or anything.
Creepy said, oh well, YouTube has taken our monetization for some unknown reason.
They have they? I know, you see, we're still waiting for ours, you see, Creepy.
Well,
and as soon as we do, we can do that, but we can't.
Hopefully it'll be soon.
Hopefully it'll be very, very soon. We're just about adverts, Creepy. Any that you remember that you don't see, obviously, in the Philippines. We were just saying about, excuse me, it's your neat wheat, mate. If you know what's good for you, you do. Okay. The adverts, bran flakes. We were just singing, you know, have you seen the milkman? When you got wasp in your ear.
Coop said just another reenactment of my old channel.
I know. It's like, you're doing what?
Just another reenactment of my old
Oh,
channel.
right, is it? Well, that's
Can't reapply till 20th of February now.
Can't reply.
Can't
Reapply.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I see. Is that how it works? Well, this is why we're not saying anything. We're just letting it do its own thing. Piling up the watch hours, piling up the subscribers, and just, you know, wait until good old YouTube just say, yeah, there you go. There you go, mate. Oh, monetize. Adverts.
It'll be soon.
Yeah, hopefully soon. Just one look and then my heart went boom. So, yeah, 2 threads going on at the moment. Or 3, actually. One about accents, which we've sort of like bagged that one off. One-hit wonders, which we'll keep going in and out of. Accents, one-hit wonders. Food, always good. Food and adverts. Adverts that you remember fondly from the 80s or 90s or in the early thousands. Adverts that you remember. And quite a few things that have changed over the years. Lots of adverts that set off very, very small, and adverts became more popular than a thing, didn't they? I remember lots of bread adverts. The old Hovis advert. Me and my father worked a 24-hour shift. It was grand. The late great Tony Capstick. And again, that's a blast from the past that obviously being the Sheffield, Manchester, the area where we are now. Oh, Tony Capstick. And he painted Matchstick Man and Matchstick Cats and Dogs, and Larry said that's just the way they'll be. And he painted Matchstick Man and Matchstick Cats and Ollie Ollie, oh, get out. One-hit wonders, yeah, chatting about one-hit wonders, chatting about adverts, fashion, another one, fashion sense, how it's changed over the years, and how certain fashions have come into fashion and then gone out again. In the 80s, leotards for men as well. Mr. Motivator and his leotard. And then obviously Borat taking it a step further with his thongy thing, leotard thing. That was quite interesting. So and then jeans, how they changed in the 90s, the late 80s. It was all Levi's, wasn't it?
Said hate YouTube sometimes.
Who said that?
Creepy.
He said what?
Hate YouTube sometimes.
Hey, it's just, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? You just can't keep up with sometimes. Fashion senses.
Yeah.
What do you remember from when you were over here in the UK, Creepy? Because obviously you know you're chatting to us at the moment. What fashions were in? I know, yeah, forgive me, but obviously fashions come and go. But so last time you were in the UK, what was in? What was the trend at the time? What were you know, if you were walking down, you know, the high street in Wigan, what would you be wearing? Don't say clogs, because you'll start setting everybody off. Advocating the old flat cap and clogs. What were you wearing in Wigan to be cool?
it something that in different parts of the world?
Yeah.
Right, hang on.
Different.
It's gone to rubbish though since COVID missing so many channels. My fashion was Primark, haha, not internet clothes.
Right, yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of people.
I was going to say, were the clothes fashion is different in different areas like it is now?
Yeah.
Like,
Because, things happened.
Kind of,
Like, I mean, obviously, thank God for that. I can't remember any of this, but like in the 60s, Carnaby Street. Things happened in Carnaby Street in London. And if it was big in Carnaby Street, then it filtered up to the rest of England. And that's how it worked.
Creepy said cheap and simple meaning.
I know, cheap. Oh, you said it, mate. I'm not going to say that. But before, what was the name of that cheap and simple chip shop? Cheap and simple shop before Primark. Because Primark, there's some great stuff at Primark. You tend to mix and match. We're into our designer labels, obviously, we like our nice stuff. But obviously, we do like Primani as well, because you can get a great mix and match, can't you? So you can get some really expensive gear, designer stuff, and then mix it up with some Primani stuff. Especially, the bits and bobs, it's great.
Creepy said, I don't know, the trousers. Creepy said, when I was younger and thinner, I wore jeans and a t-shirt with a hoodie.
With a hoodie, yeah. Well, it's the thing is, I'm thinking of Guap Shop, Guap Shop. I remember that shop being really popular.
Creepy said exactly love Primark.
Primark, yeah. It just makes it up. I mean, I'm a sucker for for labels. I have to admit, we like our designer stuff, especially with the training and stuff. We like to keep, we spend a fortune on clothes. But anyway, that's up to us, that's what we do. But if you mix and match it with some great stuff from Primani, and you mix the labelled stuff with the non-labelled stuff, then you're onto a winner, aren't you? Guap Shop, Guap Man, I think they called it, where you could get a whole outfit for £2.50. Well, no, maybe not that much, but that was an example.
Creepy said, still wear hoodies though. Not over here, too hot, but in the UK, hoodies all over time. Hardly wore coats, just hoodies long.
Yeah, buddies. I mean, do you know one thing that used to? I know I'm sounding like a bit of a snob here, but I used to wear a lot of Burberry. Used to love Burberry, but Burberry before the Chavs took it. Because once upon a time I was into my football and all that kind of stuff, and the gear and that. And I used to wear Aquascutum and Burberry and all that kind of stuff, especially Burberry. But then all of a sudden, the imitation Burberry came along, didn't it? And all the chaffs started wearing Burberry, the knockoff Burberry, and as like with Stone Island at the moment. And all the chavs then started wearing Stone, and now they're doing that. Burberry was really, once upon a time, really expensive and really good stuff. But then all of a sudden, it was imitation Burberry, and whoa, everybody was wearing it.
Creepy said, I don't even think I owned a coat, to be honest. Like.
Well, you don't need to over there, do you? And come on, in the army, did you ever wear a coat in the army? Jacket, didn't you? Hey, one of those whoa, camouflage. Hey, it's what?
Chavs wearing Burberry long.
I know, well they did, and especially the Burberry hats. I mean, I remember, and I don't want to, I'm not trying to sound off here, but I mean, paying 40 or 50, 60 quid for a Burberry hat, probably even more, at a time when a house only costs, a little bit more, but a Burberry scarf and a Burberry hat, we're talking well into like £200 or £300 back then, and then you get the chavs wearing them, getting them off of the market at like £1.99 for a Burberry hat, a knockoff Burberry, and of course then the chavs took over Burberry, which must have really upset Burberry and what's her name, Victoria Beckham, but I mean the tracksuits. Right, that's one thing that I used to like. The tracksuit mentality, not the shell suit scousers. We're not even going to go there. But the tracksuits, he says, wearing his tracksuit or whatever. But I mean, the sports gear that was hijacked by the football casuals. Yeah, the designer sports gear, right in the '80s, mid '80s. Wow, Aquascutum, Sergio Ticini, Pringle. Do you remember those?
Creepy said, toffs wear suede, townies wear jeans, goths wear weird stuff, and the other wear their pants around their ankles.
Yeah, exactly. You set a statement, don't you? You set a trend off with whatever you wear. I'm not smart casual, or very very smart, or sports gear. I wear all sorts of different things, but and again, it's different, as you say, mate. When we're in Cyprus, we wear totally different stuff to what we're wearing back at home here. Back in Cyprus, we really do push the boat out. We're just like, woohoo, dead trendsetters when we get into Cyprus. But you're limited here because it's cold.
I know.
So you have to wear all sorts of, not good stuff.
Not like we can go anywhere.
No, we can go anywhere at the moment. But it also, the weather makes a difference. But do you remember, though, obviously the football fans, the casuals, set off, wearing I remember the original Fila stuff, the original Sergio Tacchini stuff, the tennis stuff, and obviously the Aqua Scutum, Burberry, obviously, and all the designer labels that went alongside with the football scene. And then trainers as well. Trainers were a big thing, weren't they? You had to have the proper trainers, the correct trainers, and if you wore, you see, now what gets me is I saw somebody wearing some Dunlop Green Flash, I think it was, the other day, and they're quite trendy now. But if you'd have been seen wearing Dunlop Green Flash years ago, they'd be like, whoa.
This is what I was saying the other day. So say, for example, you have we'll say trainers, for example.
Yeah.
So these trainers come out.
Yeah.
And for example, at the time, they aren't popular.
Yeah.
And they aren't, people wear them, but they're not like a trend.
Yeah.
Like I was saying with Christmas songs.
Yeah.
And now they're
really popular. Yeah.
Remember Kappa?
Kappa. Oh, yeah. Robert Kappa. I love Kappa.
Yeah, I know Kappa.
I bought Sophia some Kappa stuff the other day. I like Kappa. Kappa's back in again, but in a, you always have to think about it. I don't mean this to sound nasty, but you look at certain shops, and then you look at shops that then sell Kappa again, and whoever's selling it, then you think, oh well, if you're selling it now, it's mainstream.
Yeah.
Don't you?
It also depends on the brands that are selling it.
So, the shops are selling it.
If it's a good shop,
they're selling
brand,
it. Yeah.
Well, I say brand.
Yeah.
Good shop. Then it depends.
Depends what it is. It's like, but Kappa, Robert Kappa, once upon a time, the Italian designer stuff. Love Kappa. Used to pay a fortune for my Kappa stuff. Do you remember the Kappa zip-up ones? They had like a little zip, they were like a kind of a polo neck, but not quite a polo. Kappa zip-up neck. Roll necks, they call them. Zip neck, roll necks, something like that, I can recall them. But yeah, Kappa, mate. Yeah, I do remember that. Blasts from the past. And obviously, lots of things that got hijacked.
Creepy said, yeah, I had one though.
I know, do you remember? And do you remember, I remember a long time ago, we said before we were football fans, and I remember our team, Sheffield United, we were playing at Crystal Palace at beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. And I remember this goalkeeper that was for Palace years ago now, he got some right stick. Because everybody in the ground was singing, tracksuit from Matalan, tracksuit from Matalan. And this guy was like, it really did look like a bag of whatever.
Said had a River Island one also.
River Island was great. I liked River Island. Some good stuff there. But
and Creepy said, hang on.
Not that I'm slagging Matalan off, but obviously.
More like a thin jacket than anything.
Yeah, thin jacket. Just to be smart casual, I suppose. But tracksuit from Matalan, tracksuit from Matalan. Because literally, you've got, then, obviously not Premiership, but First Division as then, Crystal Palace. And the goalkeeper coming out in this, going to be described as a tracksuit from Matalan. And he never lived it down. So funny, so droll. I always remember that game. And it put him off his game. An interesting era. Fashion, yeah. And to answer your question, Sophia, because I did go on, fashion started off mainly in Carnaby Street originally in the 60s. And then Merryquan and the people. If certain people were wearing it, then it filtered its way through to the rest of the country. Because if it was happening in that there London, it was good, So it happened down south, and it filtered its way up. Slight difference was the football stuff. That kind of bit was a northern thing.
Yeah. Creepy said, when I came home from Germany once and I paid £400 on 2 jeans, 2 t-shirts from River Island, lol. That was when money wasn't an issue a long time ago.
Oh God, mate, yeah. I mean, it does ebbs and wanes, doesn't it? But yeah, thinking about the casual thing, originally, I don't want to sound controversial here, but a lot of the football fans originally stole the gear because they're that expensive.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they went out
yeah.
and
Like,
certain areas in particular that are still known for being thieves and vagabonds went out and stole the. Say, for example, this particular set of people were playing in Italy. Then they go over to Italy and they steal all this Italian designer stuff. And they come back and wear it on the terraces. And then, hey ho, Bob's your uncle. It became popular. That's what happened.
sorry, you just said Bob you.
Bob's your uncle, Uncle Bob. I don't know who he is, but yeah. So that's how it started. And surprisingly, the Scottish fans, and you wouldn't think, oh God, please don't shoot me, but you don't think of the of Scotland being, but Aberdeen and the Aberdeen Casuals and Dundee and Aberdeen, especially Aberdeen, they were very early on the scene in the 80s with the designer gear. So you've got obviously you've got Aberdeen and their Aberdeen Casuals, you've got the Scousers and the Manx wearing the gear, you'd even got, the other places that were in Sheffield, Manchester, and then you'd also then got down south. And anybody who got a decent crew was starting to wear the gear, and it started to spread. And obviously the Chelseas, the ICF, the headhunters, the intercity firms, and that's how it grew. And then you had such bizarre names of crews, didn't you, up and down the country? In Bradford, it was the Ointment, the ICF, the intercity firm, the Chelsea headhunters. You've got obviously our own Blaze Business crew, and you have the what do they call that? The baby squad from Leicester, and obviously the never quite cottoned on to that one, but the obviously you got Manchester's crew, and I can't remember, but they were something like the Red Devils or something, which didn't figure, but obviously then and that was when the Manchester scene. When anybody then was from Moss Side, you got the Moss Side scene, and every one of the big crews, and then you found a lot of the smaller areas had really big crews and good associated crews. So like Burnley always had a great football crew.
It doesn't matter, but you know how you're talking about that. If you were a manager,
yes,
or a manager, we'll say.
Yeah.
You know, if you wore like a certain brand.
Yeah.
Would the fans wear that brand?
I don't think so. No.
Or if you wore a bad brand, would you be known for wearing that bad
Well, I think
brand?
it's less about the team and more about the team sponsors were a different thing to the fan sponsors, because there were the fans that wore the shirts and then the crews who didn't get involved in that at all.
Creepy said, right, buddy, sorry, need to shoot, need sleep, be really
No.
busy today, and shattering myself out. Have a great life, guys.
Oh,
Thank
we will
you
do, mate.
so much
We will do.
for
Take
being
care,
here.
and thanks for joining us, mate. And stay safe,
Stay
and
safe. Thank
put
you
your bell on
very
for next
much.
time.
Yeah.
Take care. Thanks for bobbing in, mate.
Thank you.
You're always welcome. So we're ending our stream very, very soon in about 5 minutes or so. But still on the thread of as you were saying, what a great point, Darnie, that you've just said there. A lot of because football fans fell into two categories. Well, three actually. Well, maybe two, because you got the supporters that would wear the kit and wear the shirt, that were probably known as the true supporters, the family supporters, and then equally could be argued also true supporters, but they got the crews, and you got the terrace boys or the terrace girls of terrace, from the terraces, who grew into crews, and they were the ones with the designer crew, the designer stuff, and the designer crews. You'd never get anybody from one of the crews wearing a replica football shirt. This didn't happen.
Yeah.
So if your sponsor was Lecoq Sportive, and your manager was wearing Lecoq Sportive, and your team had Lecoq Sportive, the casuals wouldn't have Lecoq Sportive. They wouldn't do that. But the fans that have the shirt with Lecoq Sportive on.
Yeah.
So so yes and no.
But if you were sponsored by that specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get me?
We're not ending the stream yet, Jack. By the way.
No, we're not ending yet. Is Jack still there?
Yeah.
Is your mum still there, Jack? Are you on your own now? Has she gone off to, I don't know, do whatever? I don't know. It was very, very interesting, especially during the mid '80s and the '90s, and the rise of the foot soldier, literally.
Well, I was going to say, I'm not going to mention the name of the thing.
No.
But you know.
Yes, yeah.
When the main person
Bex.
wore that.
Yeah.
And
And then everybody else started to look like a pillow box. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bex.
and he copied him.
The Firm. Yeah, it's a great film, that.
Jackson mum is still here.
She's still there, is she? Hi, still awake, are we? Still awake. Is she enjoying it, Jack? Is she enjoying herself? Is she going down memory lane with us, or is she saying, "What's that bald man talking about now?" Is she like, "What's he on about now?" Is she staying with us? Is she enjoying the chat? Has she joined in? Is she nodding her head saying, "Oh, I remember that"? Or is she
What
like?
year was that, by the way?
That was the the Firm.
Yeah.
That was like the late 80s,
Because that's
based
kind
in
of
there.
the same thing.
Yeah.
And then, for example, if they went to play another club,
Yeah.
and then they might have wanted to wear that brand,
Yeah.
so
That's
then
it.
that would set a trend.
That's
off.
a trend off,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what happened. And that's what I was saying about Aberdeen. You never heard about the Aberdeen Casuals.
Yeah.
Aberdeen. Hello dear, I'm from Aberdeen. But they went away and they were really cool.
Jack said she's loving it.
Oh, lovely. That's really nice. Great. But yeah, so like you got the crews from Aberdeen, and you would never imagine that these guys from Aberdeen would be trendy. You just wouldn't. I think, I'm nearly certain you think of people. I think back then the manager of Aberdeen, or somebody very, very big in Aberdeen, was Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
Who obviously we know as the great Alex Ferguson with Man United now. But the crew that was at Aberdeen then, they got, I know, silly, but they all had permed hair. So they had, they had like a perm front, or there were two things, a bit like silly Chris Waddle.
Yeah.
Silly Chris Waddle, twaddle. Sort of like you've got like Waddle and
You
Hoddle.
mean like the front, like
Yeah, so the front
curls,
was,
like-
the front was like sort of straightish, but then the back would be a mullet. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for,
Yeah,
mullet.
yeah.
And the mullet perm would be at the bottom here, and the top would be straight,
Yeah.
and then the bottom would come down here. They would be straight across there, and the curls would come down here.
Yeah.
And it was the mullet. And the mullets that were there from the terraces in Aberdeen,
so
and
they all
obviously
had
then
that
you get your
hairstyle.
Scousers, who curled it all, and went, all right there, wahoo.
Wait,
And
so
yeah.
they all just did that.
They all did that, and they all permed it. You signed curly perm. And it was
But
funny.
what if they didn't have long hair?
Well, then they had short hair, and they still did it. It was if you look at, when we watch our programme, with, from the one we're talking about, we watch that, we look at the hairstyles there.
Yeah.
When they go, scooters ready, hair dryers ready. And you look at the hairstyles there, get back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you look at the hairstyles there, and again, then the programs that we're talking about there. You look at the hairstyles there, and it's relatively straight at the front, and
Yeah,
then you've got the
and it's like-
curly stuff going down here, and it was known as the people like Chris Waddle, hate the guy for obvious reasons. Not hate him really, but in a football sense. Don't hate anybody here, but Chris Waddle, Chris. Hoddle and Waddle. No, anybody but Chris Waddle.
we don't,
Come on, we'll not get political about Chris Waddle. But for obvious reasons, supporting Sheffield United, we can't really
If he
link
came to
ourselves
live
with Chris
stream,
Waddle.
then it-
Yeah, we're different. Yeah,
It's
people will.
just
Yeah.
kind of-
But anyway,
Yeah.
Waddle and Hoddle. They both had this, this Diamond Light. They had this stupid song out in the 80s, Waddle and Hoddle. Diamond Lights or something they called it, and Bobbins it was. But anyway, and and all these footballers all had the same thing. Oh, and they had the song. Do you remember we were saying we're on our way, And then they had Spurs are on their way to Wembley. Tottenham's gonna do it again. They can't stop 'em, the boys from Tottenham, the boys from White Hart Lane. Oh, Spurs are on their way to Wembley. I remember the words. The Kings are claiming their thrones. Everybody will be singing when the Spurs go marching home. On the ranks we've got Ozzy Ardiles. He's had a dream for a year or, don't stop mate, or two. One day we're gonna play at Wembley. It's getting better. And his dream is coming true. Ozzy, we're gonna be behind you on the battle man for man. Then he used to say, we know we're gonna play a blind. And his little Argentinian accent, he'd say, in the cup for Tottenham. Hey! And it was so funny. In the cup for Tottenham. Hey! Spurs are on their way to Wembley. And it was Ricky Villa and Ozzy Ardiles, bless him.
So,
Hey! Ozzy Ardiles, cup
So,
for Tottenham. Bad lad.
we've got Marigold.
Marigold.
D-Y-Twine.
Wow, is that Marigold? Marigold or somebody else Marigold? Hi Marigold, how are you? Did you catch that song there? She was thinking, what have I joined in here?
What did he do?
No, he did. He was a little Argentinian guy, a bit like there was Ricky Villa and Ozzy Ardiles, and he was a funny little fella. And he used to say, the Kings are claiming their throne. Spurs are on their way to Wembley. The Kings are claiming their throne. And the song, everybody will be singing when the Spurs go marching. He's got Indy Cup, so funny. Yeah, Bobby's head round.
Marigold said new one I bring here. It's a new
A new one. Oh, we thought it was the original Marigold. We have a friend that comes to join us all the time called Marigold. You see?
Yeah. No, Marigold. How many accounts have you got?
Yeah. How many accounts have you got? I don't know. You sign how many
3.
accounts?
I think you've got 3, haven't you?
Maybe, I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, it was quite funny that. What?
Yeah, wash hands.
You sign, wash hands. Okay, yeah, keep clean.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I didn't just
Keep a
go
clean
off
house.
on one, I was just
Oh, no,
reading.
what she was doing then. She's like, wash hands. Okay, darling. I don't know about it. But yeah, hi, Marilyn, I'm calling your name. Marilyn, remember her? Him,
Yeah.
her, whatever.
Yeah,
When I'm calling your name, oh, when I'm calling your name, oh.
To you, Marigold.
Ooh.
There you go.
Oh,
I've given
well,
you
yeah,
connection.
okay. Anyway,
I'll
we'll
watch your
digress
videos
about.
also
We
today.
come back back into the
and
house.
I have connection
Nice and
with you,
calm
so
again.
Thank you for joining us. I will watch your videos.
But yeah, the football songs that are around
Yeah.
then. I mean, yeah, little Ozzy Ardiles. Indy
That's
Cup,
not funny,
everybody went, "Way!" And then Chaz and Dave went, rabbit, yep, bunny, jabba, bip. And they all went off on one. And it was because Chaz and Dave, excuse me, Chaz and Dave were big Tottenham Hotspur fans. Yeah. Gotcha. Get out, shut up. Yeah, great. Chaz and Dave, rabbit, yep, bunny, jabba, yep, bunny, jabba, yeah. I don't care, he comes down here, because I got my beard and my sideboard here, got a bag of sword out, he comes down here, I don't care, yeah, and yeah, it was just, and as I say, I don't know, one of them died this year. It's the other one.
Yeah.
The one that's alive is the one that didn't die. That's all I know. Chaz or Dave. Yeah, and they had another little funny. You got beautiful eyes, you got thighs. I don't mind having a chatter, but you have to keep giving it that. You won't stop talking.
Yeah,
You got more rabbit than Sainsbury's, and you'll be coming a pest. Rabbit. Yep. Bunny. Jump. Yeah. You
Marigold
want
said elbow cough.
elbow? It was sorry. Yeah, I knew you.
That's the
I know. It was like, you know. But it's yeah. But when we're on air, it doesn't matter so much. So I know I'm going to cough on people on the camera.
No, that's just the emoji sheet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
This is the way it is, isn't it? Yeah. And so yeah, the one that didn't die is not dead. The one that died is the other one. So if Chaz died, Dave's alive, and if Dave died, Chaz is alive. And there was another little funny one that had a hat. He used to on the drums. He used to go.
What was he actually called?
Chaz something and Dave somebody or other. I don't know.
No, I mean,
Charles
like,
and
was he
David,
actually called
not Charles and
Chaz?
Diana.
It wasn't actually called Chaz.
Charles.
Oh,
Charles
right, yeah.
somebody or other.
I
Yeah.
thought it was just going.
Yeah, Charles somebody or other. I don't know. Charlie, Chuck.
Oh yeah.
As
that-
Nanny says. Yeah, Nanny says. I don't know what that means either. Nanny comes in sometimes and goes, Charlie, Chuck. What? What are you talking about? She does that a lot, doesn't she? Nanny comes in and talks about this Charlie, Chuck. Anyway, we say, Nanny, what are you talking about? She's like, Charlie, Chuck. Oh,
like she
what off?
actually does
Never know what she's going to say next. Yeah, sure. But anyway, let's,
No, it
we
wasn't
don't
a real
digress.
thing, I think.
No, but she does, doesn't she?
No, I mean, I think it's an actual.
It is, yeah. It's one of these old sayings that people used to say, and it was, anyway, Charlie, Chuck. I don't know, but anyway,
I think
Chaz and Dave, Chuck.
it doesn't
Something about
even
Charlie
rhyme,
Chicken.
does
No, Charlie. I'm sure there's more to it.
Yeah, there
It's
is.
just that we remember the Charlie, Chuck, and we go, okay, we're off. But
remember
anyway,
that bit.
we do digress. So anyway, look, we're just coming towards the end of our stream now. And again, because we're on the other side now, we have to go and do our other...
By the way, when we say
jump back
that,
in
we
our
don't
coffins,
mean- we don't mean-
be more gothic on the other
We
side.
don't mean we are going to go and do a live stream.
From a graveyard or anything like
So
that.
Marigold said night, Uncle and Pretty Panda, Big Sissy. Oh, good night.
Good night, Marigold, and thank you for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Hope you've enjoyed I call it a show, a broadcast, podcast, whatever you want to call it. Upload, download, pick a bell icon. Don't really know what you call it, but whatever you want to call it. Wherever you joined us from today, whether it's been here in the UK, whether it's been Harry banging his drum like dum dee dee day. If you've been watching In the Wings, if you've been Millie, or if you've been Ava, if you've been Ethan, if you've been I don't know. Who else have I missed out? Kalal, or obviously Jack and your mum. If you joined us today, that's been great. If you've been joining us, if you're Stinky from Meadowhall, if you're Marigold, okay, a Vegan Realist and your friends, obviously our friends from across the pond in America that's joined us today, thank you for joining us today. If you joined us from our beautiful second home in Cyprus, our friends in Cyprus that we know are listening and watching, then we say hi and stay safe. Thank you for joining us. If you're joining us from Europe, the final countdown, we say thank you to you too. Because obviously, in the chat, we do have now great numbers that are watching, probably 30 or 40 in the chat, but hundreds and hundreds, well, nearly 1,000 last time were actually in the wings. So if you are watching, thank you for joining us today. The last word from Penny the Panda.
If you have joined us in the background, thank you for joining us as well. If you have joined us in the chat, thank you so much. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And also remember to put the notification bell on so you don't miss next time we go live. And thank you so much everyone for joining us today.
And also, we never lose faith and track of where we are with Elysium Sophia. Obviously, we started off as a predominantly hypnosis. We still really believe in the power of hypnosis and the power of thought, the power of transcendental meditation, and the power of the original neural linguistic programming, and right from the very beginning with Émile Ducouet de Champagnat, to just take some time out. As usual, at the end of every broadcast, we do still talk about this. We say, please try and find a place. Look through our videos. Try and find a place, a space in your life, just for 10 minutes in the morning, maybe, for reflection. 10 minutes at the end of the day, to try and find a nice place, to relax, to stay calm, to use some balloon breathing, and to just be in tune with yourself. To take some time for you, because you, remember, you're an amazing person. You're fabulous. You are unique, and there's only one of you. And again, we laugh about it. We say, unless you're a twin or a triplet. But even that, even then, you are unique because you are special. You are an amazing person. And when you pass the mirror, obviously, as we always say, look at yourself in the mirror and just smile and tell yourself, I am amazing. I am special. I am happy. I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am amazing. And whatever I do today, I'm going to do well. Because you deserve to be the best version of you that you can possibly be. Because when you're the best and the strongest version of yourself, other people can rely on you. So you're being selfish for the right reasons. Because if you're strong and you're the best version of you that you can possibly be, you can be there for your family, your friends, and all these people that rely on you, especially in this time of COVID, that, believe me, won't be here forever. So, as usual here at Elysium Sophia, thank you for joining us. Please put the bell on for next time if you've enjoyed it. Stay safe. And, as usual, a massive thank you and namaste.